Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is the Machine 3. With this version, we have taken the deck back to its mono-blue roots to end the trilogy. We've taken the deck in a direction that will be completely unexpected. We've added planeswalkers as well as the newest shark. We have some elements from the original version, and as much fun as that one was, I think this one takes it up a notch. Welcome, my friends, to the Machine 3. We're playing 3 copies of the amazing 3 Steps Ahead. It's a counter, draw, and a way to copy one of our men or an artifact. If we want to play out more modes, it'll cost a bit more mana, but we can go for all modes, or 2, whichever is most advantageous and gives the best benefit. Negate is our hard stop against cards that can destroy our board. We're not too worried about board wipes that take out our men, but we have to stop cards that destroy our artifacts. Negate will stop those from resolving and let us keep pounding down men and artifacts. The newest Jace is a sneaky little planeswalker. We can use him to draw, then toss a card, or we can use him to plot any one of our 3 drops to play out on a later turn. Why would we want to get stuff later, you ask? We'll get to that in a minute. His ultimate will copy all the cards we play that turn. Double up on all our stuff. Why, yes, please. This is also another good reason to plot cards out and play them when we fire off the ultimate. Aether Channeler is a utility card with 3 different modes we can choose when he enters play. We can either make a 1/1 bird token, bounce any non-land permanent to its owner's hand, or draw a card. 3 Steps Ahead can make an instant token copy of the Channeler that we can then copy with the Helm. Shenanigans all day, my friends. The Synthesizer is our key card. With it, we plan on making an army of robot overlords to stomp out the life of all opponents. It's a key piece, but it is no longer our only win con. The Helm is back in this version as well. With it, we can make a token copy of any artifact token we already have. This means we can copy a robot overlord, the power stones created by the Spider and Karn, as well as any artifact we make a token copy of with 3 steps ahead. Ideally, we copy the Synthesizer and then ride the wave of robot overlords to victory. But we have plenty of options in case that doesn't pan out. The Spider has proven itself a very useful card in Synthesizer decks. It will generate a Power Stone token and trigger the Synthesizer when we get it in play. It does have a useful ability which costs 7 mana to use, but lets us dig up an artifact from the top 4 cards of our library. Encroaching Mycosynth is our secret weapon. It's a 4 mana artifact that makes all our permanents into artifacts, even ones that aren't in play. This means whenever we play out a permanent other than Jace, we'll be triggering our Synthesizer. We have 7 cards in the deck that are not permanents, and only 2 more that won't get us robot overlords. This is why we want to plot as many cards as we can. Once we get a Mycosynth and a Synthesizer in play, we can let loose the cards we plotted for multiple Synthesizer triggers. And because everything we have will be an artifact, that means bigger robot overlords. Lone Shark is the newest shark, and we're playing 3 copies. It comes with plot, so we can exile it and wait for a better turn to play it out. When we do get it in play, if it's the second spell we've cast, it will draw us a card. Golden Argosy is another secret weapon. When we play it, it'll trigger the Synthesizer. Then we can crew it with any of our men and get more enters play triggers. With a Synthesizer and a Mycosynth in play, we'll get more robot overlords even if we crew with the Channeler or the Shark. It's an artifact party, and we're taking advantage. Karn is a fantastic planeswalker that cranks out power stones every turn. His ultimate gives us another way to win games as well as targeted removal. We can also use his -1 ability to help us find more ammo. Another easy include was Teferi. He'll help us out with card draw and can pump out tokens that grow with every card we draw. His ultimate is a board clear that wipes out only the opponent. Fire it off and the game is ours. GG's, bro. Season of Weaving is a brand new card from Bloom Burrow. We can use it to draw cards, make copies of an artifact or one of our men, or we can return every non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. It is rather pricey at 6 mana, and our Power Stones will not help in playing it out, so we've got only a single copy. We're playing 2 copies of Chimmel, an excellent card that will either draw us a card at the end of our turn or advance our board. It is 6 mana to play out, but being an artifact means we can use Power Stone tokens to help pay for the cost. Playing the deck is rather simple. We look to land a synthesizer in early on and develop our board from there. The ultimate goal is to get a synthesizer and a mycosynth in play to be able to generate tokens with every permanent we play. Often we have to defend ourselves early, so use a channeler to bounce a big threat back to their hand. We have less artifacts this time around, but we still have plenty to get the job done. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Jed Algae in room 78. No, wait, it's, never mind. I think that's it. We get a 3-lander to start off. We have a synthesizer right off the bat, as well as a spider to get things rolling. Keep. We draw a mycosynth, and that will certainly help us seal the deal. All we gotta do is get our artifacts in play. They've got some blue mana up, so we need to test for counters. Let's play out the spider first and see how that goes. It went through so fast they have nothing in hand. They must be afraid of spiders. It might already be dead, but we still get the Power Stone token. They play out a bunnycorn. It's only a 2/2 for the moment, but it could get bigger fast depending on what cards they're playing in their deck. We're clear to play out the synthesizer. Let's get going. The top 2 cards turn out to be another synthesizer and a channeler. I like them both. A new version of Mono Blue, Azorius with rabbits. We'll play out our second synthesizer and get our first robot overlord. There will be more. On top we have a spider and the channeler. Let's get the spider first. That can block their genie in a bottle. You have to rub him the right way. Founding the third path is an odd choice. It's an enchantment that eventually goes away, but the rabbit likes things that stick around. This had better be a good card, but it's only some sleight of hand. They send their men, but we're not blocking. Our robot overlord could trade, but it will get bigger. It's better off alive where we can use it to strike back. This is a spider turn. It'll trigger both synthesizers, and the Power Stone token also boosts our robot overlords. Our 4/4 is now an 8/8. Let's throw a beating. They mill themselves and they throw out all their lands. There's your mana, bro. Don't you just love self-mill? What could go wrong? Other than staining your shorts, what's plan B? Another genie in a bottle joins their crew. Their rabbit is still undersized compared to our robot men. They use an instant speed pump at sorcery speed. Very crafty, sir. They send their men again. Now how are they going to block our robot overlords? That's at least 2 getting through, and they're at 12. Oopsie poopsie, bro. GG's. This is TKF, the King Fool, maybe? Am I right, bro? We get a 3-lander that is a bit on the heavy end. We have 3/4 drops and up. This is likely just too slow to keep, even though we have a shark. Mull. Then we get a 3-lander with a pair of sharks and 2 3-drops. That's a bit better. We can ship one of the sharks. Keep your pants on. Our opponent looks to be on Dimir, and they are not rushing out of the gate with any early plays. Lucky for us because we have a slow hand. Let's test things out with a spider. There is a hitch. And yes, there's the counter. That's one down at least. A Lily will be a pain. We're not exactly loaded with men to help take her out.
Happy to help.
We'll need a synthesizer before too long to stand a chance. We'll toss the helm. It's not going to help us much at this point in the game. The spider will be our play. It might mean they'll have to minus Lily to take it out. They play out a bat. Let's see which card they take. My money is on Teferi. They do nab Teferi. We're left with our shark. They do burn down our spider. We knew that was going to happen.
Sacrifices must be made.
We'll plot the shark and wait for a better turn to play him out. We need some good draws. Lands are not going to get the job done. They milled away one of our synthesizers. What a lucky meat sack.
I'm tired of your secrets.
They keep their bat back. I'm not sure why. We have nothing on board that can suddenly attack. 'Tis the season. That's not all that great a draw. We do have the Discover land and the mana to use it. Let's go for it. We get a Channeler. Let's use his draw ability and get another card. Discover counts as playing a card, so we can play out the shark and get another card draw. We get a Camille. If we play out the land, we'll be able to play it out next turn. Suddenly, we're looking better than we were on our last turn. They snipe our shark. That's awful. And our Channeler goes down a hole thanks to Lily. We need great draws once again to get us back in this game. All right, here we go. A free card at the end of each of our turns. Let's see what we get. Karn is all right. Hopefully we can keep him in play. The Power Stones might be rather useful when we get to drawing
I
artifacts.
started this war, and I intend to finish it once and for all.
Drop it.
It's a shame, but we have to let go of the season. There's no way of knowing if we'll draw a sixth land to be able to play it out. A Halo Forager. Somehow I thought that was a Capenna card.
I will not tolerate
A Mycosynth. All our stuff will be artifacts. Before we play it out, let's see what we can dig up with Karn. His search ability is made for synthesizer decks.
Every step brings victory nearer.
We could snag the other Karn, but that really doesn't advance our board. We could grab the island, then play it out, and we can land our Mycosynth. That's a plan. A synthesizer. Look at all the lands too, boys. We were about to draw nothing but lands for 6 turns straight. Great job, Shuffler. Just our luck. They mill away another synthesizer. Those were all cards we could have used. They strike down Karn. He did get us the Mycosynth, so he did well enough. Let's hope for something good off the top. Another Mycosynth isn't bad. It'll generate a robot overlord. They burn out their Lily to take out our robot overlord. It's amazing to me
Off
that
you
we're still
go.
on 20 life. They copy our channeler and use its bounce ability to bounce the synthesizer. That's a mistake. Why give us another scry? That's a channeler. We'll send the land to the bottom. We'll get a free channeler at the end of our turn, plus a robot overlord. Let's bounce their bat and unlock our Teferi. He's going to have work to do. Here comes their bat once again, but this time it's going to eat a counter. We'll pay the extra to draw. It's sad, but we have to let the shark go. We need Teferi and the 3 steps ahead. Because Teferi is an artifact now, the Power Stone helps pay his mana cost. Get in there, Tef.
Don't feel bad when you lose. You're quite a tough opponent. Another mystery solved.
Little Jace won't trigger the synthesizer, but he is an artifact now and pumps our 1 robot overlord.
Too much is at stake to just sit back and hide.
They try to clone their channeler, but we're not having any of that. It's a dish we always pass up. They take out Jace, but that's completely fine. We've managed to keep our robot overlord in play, and we can start sending it in. The golden boat arrives at a great time. We'll get another robot overlord, and we can crew it with our channeler for more synthesizer triggers and enters play abilities. Let's send it. 10 coming in to pay a visit. Do you believe that AI should take over the world, bro? Our robot overlords have started to gather. A free channeler, and another synthesizer trigger along with another enters play trigger too. It's starting to go our way. They were going for a deadly cover-up, but we like our board the way it is. Let's cancel the apocalypse. they can't really swing in. We have lethal on the crack back. Both of their men have been reduced to blockers. GG's, bro. Lily was tough to work around. This is Peen E, Ween E. Is this one of those gross names? Reported. This time around we get a 2-lander in the usual shuffler style. All we need is one more land, and we might be able to get rolling. Keep. There's land number 3. We're set to get our synthesizer down on time. They're on Golgari mounts? Like the tiny Bronco? Without fear, they might have artifact destruction. We'll play out the synthesizer. We have a channeler on top. We'll keep him, but ship the land. Unfortunately, we don't have any solid plays to follow up the synthesizer. They're going for ramp. This smells like snake. It's time for a little channeler disruption. Let's bounce their mount and see if they feel it's worth playing over more expensive cards they might have in hand. A beanstalk? That's fine. What's the follow-up? Their mount comes back along with a friend. We're just going to hold what we have. Let's see what they try to do. If anything, we can make a copy of the synthesizer at the end of their turn. A removal? Okay, bro. Probably should have saved it for bigger things. They send their mounts. We were waiting for the end of their turn, but this is a perfect surprise. Let's make a token copy of the synthesizer. Don't you hate it when a robot overlord pops up out of nowhere and eats one of your men? Let's get in there with channeler shenanigans. Let's play out Jace. We can use him to plot out the other channeler, and we can use him to draw in later turns. And this way, we also keep up 2 mana for Negate.
I must act. Another piece in place.
They go for a full virtue. That's why we kept the mana up. This could be rather bad for us, so we'll decline the offer of endless men coming back from the grave on their side. We get our 5th land, and Teferi will be our play. Let's get to drawing cards. A synthesizer is fantastic.
There is much the past can teach us.
Let's plot it with Jace, and we can play it out on our next turn. The nightmare is real. That's an Atraxa coming down. Luckily, we can bounce it when we play out the Channeler, and we can add to our robot overlords with the Synthesizer. There's nothing to worry about yet, boys. They even get a bill down. I'm pretty sure they'll be pumping Atraxa as much as they can. Let's make sure we don't see that nightmare come true. A Helm is another amazing draw. Now we can make token copies of the token synthesizer we have. Let's build up our robot army. First, the synthesizer. Let's get more robot overlords. Then we'll land the Channeler and send Atraxa packing. Come with pants or don't come at all. The Helm will cap our plays this turn. We have the mana to activate it and make a surprise synthesizer. Bill jumps in the way, which is good because it would have been over had they not blocked. A breach is fine. There is no way it will give them enough blockers to survive our attack. An Atraxa won't be enough to save them. It's GG's. They try to snipe our synthesizers as a last-ditch move. This is the time we unleash Synthesizer Surprise. Robot Overlords for the win! And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.